Hey, welcome back again to my Dark Souls spoiler-free absolute beginner's guide. Please feel free, have a look at the playlist, see if there's any other topics you want to learn about. I'm hoping I've got everything covered. This one's a bit of a strange one because I couldn't fit these topics in anywhere else, so we're going to have a quick look at the tutorial, the HUD, and explain some quirks with the controls that aren't obvious. Let's jump straight in. So, the tutorial. Now, I don't want to spoil anything in this game really, so there's not much I'm going to say. But I will tell you this, these little orange messages you can see on the floor, they will tell you the basic controls and give you some explanations of the systems. Enjoy the tutorial, it does a good job of setting your expectations for the game. Next, let's talk about the HUD. Up here, this red bar, that's our health. You'll lose them when you get hit, when you fall too far, or if you touch any hazards in the environment like fire. You can recover your health by drinking from your Estus flask, which is an item you'll find during the tutorial. We'll talk more about Estus in the bonfire episode. Underneath the health is the green stamina bar. It's used for all actions which aren't just moving with the left stick, so that's attacking, rolling, sprinting, you name it. We'll talk more about stamina in the combat episodes. At the lower left of the screen here, we've got our equipment shortcuts. Each image corresponds to a direction on your D-pad. So left and right, change your left and right hand's equipment. Down, cycle through your consumable items that you've equipped to your belt in your item screen. And up, cycle through your currently attuned magic spells, which we'll cover in the magic episode. Finally on the HUD, we've got the humanity counter and the soul counter. These are your currency that you use for spending on lots of things, and we'll explain them more in the bonfires episode. So, on to some of the control quirks. Dark Souls has a huge input buffer. You may have noticed it feels a bit weird when you play it. It's almost like your inputs are delayed, and because of this, your actions can easily queue up unintentionally. Combined with a slow pace of the game, it will punish button mashing. So for example, if you're mashing light attack and then you change your mind mid-combo and you want to roll, you'll most likely end up stuck doing another attack and then you'll pay for it. So try and slow your inputs down a little bit and only press buttons when you're definitely sure you want to press them. In addition to running and sprinting, you can walk by gently pushing the left analog stick. Now, walking is much quieter than running, almost silent in fact. And sprinting is the loudest way you can move around. While you're on a ladder, if you press and hold the sprint button with no directional input, you'll slide down to the bottom really quick. You can also attack up or down while on the ladder by pressing the light or heavy attack buttons respectively. The first part of the roll animation is invulnerable. Now, it's only a very small amount of time, maybe about 1/5 of a second, but it does mean that attacks can pass straight through you if you time it right. The jumping is a little bit fiddly timing-wise, but try and practice because it can help you find some cool secrets. Backsteps don't grant you any invincibility like the rolling does, but it does give you a unique attack for each weapon. There are also unique attacks while sprinting, rolling, and two-handing your weapons. Now that tutorial message was a bit confusing, right? So to do these moves you have to press a direction and the button at the same time. And the secret to nailing it is to make sure you push the button at the same time that the analog stick reaches its maximum range. It's tricky to practice, but once you've got it, you'll get it every time. One of the few changes to the remaster is an excellent little shortcut they put into Dark Souls 3. So if you hold down on the D-pad, your quick use item will skip back to the leftmost item of your belt. And this last one isn't a major one, but it's something that took me so long to figure out for myself, so I'm just putting in. When you do a plunge attack, you have to use the light attack button. If you use the heavy attack button, nothing will happen. And I know I could have gone back and read the tutorial messages, but meh. So there we go. I hope those little bits of information were useful. They were a bit weird, weren't they? They don't really fit in with any of the other sort of topics I'm covering. Next time, we're going to be looking at bonfires and explaining all the different bits and pieces that they can do. Praise it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.
Go ahead. Don't you